right. Welcome to Live with Aaron and Kelly. I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And we have a packed show once again. It's all about NBC's The Voice. And Aaron,
Woo!
I have been watching it, and I just wish that I could sing.
You know,
Can you sing it all? I think I've
in
heard
the
you
shower,
sing.
absolutely.
No, but I've heard you sing a little bit of like Under the Sea. Right? I think I've heard you.
That's right, man. No, Under the Sea.
Well, who we enjoy singing and who we enjoy watching and who's going to be on the show later is Tawnya Reynolds.
Yes.
We're also going to have, ladies, are you ready for this? Josiah Hawley and the ever so charming Warren Stone. They'll be on later on. Mm-hmm. But Aaron, before we get started, how was your week?
My week was fantastic. How about yours?
Pretty good. What'd you do?
I did a whole lot of editing.
Yeah?
Yeah. As usual.
Thank you for that. Yay.
And other than, we
any
always...
cool movies? Have you seen any cool movies lately?
No, I have not. I want to go see Oblivion.
Okay, I got invited, but I wasn't able to go because my schedule was crazy.
Right. So yeah, I want to see that, but I have the same thing. I have not been able to go.
You know what? I have to let you know that I was invited to the premiere of 42. I was invited last minute to the premiere of 42, but I had a business meeting for Step It Up. Can you believe that? So I didn't go.
And you couldn't just say, Kelly V. Dolan will show up as Aaron Sanchez or something like that?
No, it literally.
I could have worn a wig or something.
I don't
put
know
on some
about
blue
that.
contacts.
I don't know about that. Well, Aaron, I do have some good news.
What?
I found out that they've actually cut the commercial that I think I was telling you guys about. I had done a
Hooters
commercial.
She did a Hooters commercial. But before you get really excited,
what?
She wasn't in a Hooters get-up, guys.
What do you mean a Hooters get-up? Is that what guys call it? A Hooters get-up?
Well, maybe I do. Well,
I'm pretty sure Warren Stone calls it a get-up.
Look at me. I like doing the Hooters.
Oh, my God.
You know the Hooters?
Thank God he's not grabbing mine.
Guys only think of one thing
For those of you listening, Aaron's like cupping both of his hands as if, you know how you play air guitar? Well, he's like grabbing boobs, like air boobs right now.
But what else do they think of? The wings? I guess the wings are good, right?
So just to clarify the situation, I am not in a Hooters outfit. And it's funny because I told my parents I was doing a Hooters commercial and they thought it was hilarious. And I told them, I'm not a Hooters girl. But they, have sent the commercial to some of their friends. And it's just like, oh, my daughter's in a commercial. It's a Hooters commercial.
It sounds funny. It's like...
So every one of their friends is looking for me as one of the Hooter girls. And I'm literally throughout this commercial from beginning to end. Like, you can't miss me.
No.
And one of my parents, friends was like, yeah, I kept looking for her.
They were looking for the Hooter girl.
And then he watched it again and he realized I was one of the main people throughout it, but not a Hooters girl. But anyways, it was fun. And
it was well shot. Very well done.
Yeah, they did a really good job. The director was really young and the whole crew was really fun. We shot that down in Long Beach and at the Hooters location. And then we went across. There was like a club and we shot the club scene there. And the guy who played my boyfriend, we kept in touch. He's really cool. We're thinking about writing some stuff.
He seemed funny. He seemed very
he's a comedian.
funny.
He's actually
that makes sense.
A comedian, Matt Mulchin. So check him out, Matt Mulchin, Twitter. He's on there. And me and him and another guy might be writing. I actually might be on a podcast that they're doing, him and some of his buddies from Pittsburgh. They're all from Pennsylvania and they talk sports. So they're thinking about bringing a girl on there.
Totally for that.
Talk about sports. But I'm going to have to represent Chicago, not Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania.
Wow. So you guys can see that. If you haven't seen it already airing, go to YouTube, type in Hooters. I don't think your name's tagged with it, is it?
I don't think so, but you know what? You can always go to my Facebook at Kelly V. Dolan or Twitter, Kelly V. Dolan. I'll actually post it today if you guys want to check that out.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, Aaron, what's going on in the tech world?
Well, letters are often kind of left out of the scene. I mean,
what kind of letters are we speaking about, Aaron? Like the alphabet or like the letters that I open for my lovers?
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, again, who does that though? What's the last letter you had?
I'll be honest.
That was handwritten.
I'll be honest. My mother, for every single holiday, sends me a card with a handwritten message.
Okay.
In the card.
Okay.
So that's kind kind of counts.
That kind of counts, but we don't have the style of typewriting, so and people used to do that, that was pretty big.
Sure.
Well, so there's an app called Letters, Lettrs, and it basically converts your digital or spoken word into a letter format. Now, right now, it's...
Wait, so you can speak it?
Yeah, you can speak it too.
So I could be like, "Dear Mom, you are the best mother ever. Happy Mother's Day." And it'll literally like type it out.
Or just send her this video.
You're so funny.
Exactly. So it'll do that, and then you can edit it. And then you can, right now, you could send it to another person digitally.
Is it free?
It is free right now, but check it out. Pretty soon you're going to be able...
I always put Aaron on the spot. I'm always asking him questions.
Well, it disappeared on me on my
No, I'm sure it's one of those things where like it's probably free, and then you could probably upgrade for like maybe certain graphics.
Here's
or
the
things
thing:
like that.
would you use it if it was able to do a letter for you and then send it as a letter for you? Like, you don't have to do the postage. You don't have to put it into an envelope.
Would it be an email or would it be sent
it would be sent postal mail.
And it's free?
No, that they would they would charge you.
No, I think that's a great idea.
That's cool, right?
Absolutely, because you don't have to make a trip to the post office.
That too, exactly. And then
gas is expensive.
Right?
Just saying.
And it's important, I think, to make an impression that looks, like you could do this, especially for businesses with customers. If you're in sales, you want to be able to type up a quick letter, get it done, have it sent off, not worry about it. I think that's a great deal.
Or if you just feel like you don't ever want to get up off the couch and do all your work from one location.
You could do that too. Yeah, exactly. Well,
am I hitting a sensitive spot?
No, but time is money. Time is money. So,
well, speaking of time is money, one thing when you're always on the go, especially in Los Angeles, I find that my phone needs to be charged all the time.
Me too. Lately, it's been like
it's been crazy, which is a good sign because we're busy. We're getting a lot of calls. Hey, you know how it is. We're starting to get a little popular out here.
Thank you to all of you.
Yes, thank you. One thing that we reviewed, I think it was like a couple weeks ago or months ago, was a couple of different. I can't. My timing's off.
Days to weeks to months.
A couple years ago.
Power Rocks
was Power Rocks. And in the review, I had mentioned that I have a Mophie for my iPhone 4. Well, Power Rocks sent us this very cool little gadget.
Yes.
It's actually called the Energy Crystal, but then I researched it and it's being referred to as like the Energy Cheese, the cheese. And you could go to powerrocks.com. That's POWEROCKS.com. So there's only one R in between there. Powerrocks.com. And I typed in Energy Crystal and up it came the cheese, they call it. But it's kind of like the Mophie. But I actually like it, I think, better.
Do you really? Do you?
The only reason why I say this is the style. For those of you listening, I'll try to describe it. But it's like clear in the front, and it's a very cool looking case. It almost
looks like
just
a standard case to protect your phone.
Well, to me, I don't think it looks like a standard case. To me, because it's clear, it's almost like from a distance, it doesn't look like I have a case.
Gotcha, right.
And then the back's like this really cool black part. For those who are going to see this,
and
you
it's
can
slim.
See that.
It's slim.
It's very cool, and it's also going to protect my phone, much like the Mophie did. Now, let me give you a few things I found on the internet about it. The talk time is up to 10 hours.
That's a long
internet use.
That's in addition to your phone.
Yes, internet use is up to 10 hours. Audio playback is up to 11 hours, and standby time is up to 300 hours. Whew. That's crazy. Video playback is up to 40 hours. Now, we researched online to see how much this was going for, and I believe on Amazon we found it for around like $64. A couple of different places quoted it differently, but go to powerrocks.com and check it out.
Or you can go to powerrocksusa.com.
I really like it. It's going to replace my Mophie. So
I like it too.
Big shout out to Power Rocks doing big things. They have a lot of cool gadgets.
Yeah, they do. And I have to say, I've used since we did that review because we did not get a chance to actually use it at that time. their Power Rocks, even their bigger version that we talked about, which is the 9000, this I came in a crunch. I was doing a live broadcast at the California State University in San Bernardino, and just towards the end, my phone dies out. I'm like, oh no! And I needed my phone next to me, not at a power outlet. See, because of course you have to go leave it there, right? I needed it right next to me. So thankfully I had this. I put it in, and I walked away for about 5 minutes, and within like 5 to 10 minutes, it was 50% charged.
Oh, wow.
I was like, this thing is a power rock.
And you know what? The other thing that we reviewed was the Stone 3, which I've had that, and I really like that.
Yes.
Again, I opted to keep that one because a lot of my friends still have the Blackberries, and they have other phones. And that one, I literally was in the car with a friend. I didn't have a charger for a BlackBerry, and we were able to plug that in.
Cool.
It was really, really cool.
So you did that Good Samaritan thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Awesome.
it worked out. It worked out great. So make sure you guys check out powerrocks.com. That's POWEROCKS.com. You can also tweet both me and Aaron.
Yes.
Kelly V. Dolan is my Twitter and Facebook, and
Aaron M. Sanchez. Don't confuse him with the chef.
that's right. Although I think we have to interview the chef at some point.
We got to get him on.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, because he's getting a lot of my hits. And I'm getting a lot of his.
It's the Good Samaritan thing. You guys are helping each other out.
I'm helping him out. All right.
Maybe he can help cook for you or cook for us.
Yes,
we
got to get
so
him
great?
in.
Like
All
to
right.
come in our early.
I think so. It's
that would be
time.
so great. Our early morning interviews, to show up and there'd be like a little buffet of breakfast.
Although I'd like to see both Aaron Sanchez's cook and see which one could outdo the other.
Ooh, a
Bam,
cook
that's a challenge. Chef Aaron Sanchez.
Watch out now. All right, they're telling us we got to go to commercial, so we're going to go to commercial. Up next, when we got back, we have got Tawnya Reynolds from The Voice.
Tawnya
Stay
Reynolds.
tuned.
Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down. Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down.
Welcome back to Live with Aaron and Kelly. We have that moment that we've been waiting for from The Voice.
You know, we have a lot of moments that we've been waiting for.
Yes, and this is the one moment we're going to be able to show you now. Tawnya Reynolds, we both had a chance to interview her. Here it is. Well, it's that time for The Voice on one of my favorite teams, Team Shakira.
Team Shakira, that's right. We have Tawnya Reynolds. Are you there, Tawnya?
I'm here, yes.
Awesome. Well, good morning. Thanks for being with us. Now, what's it been like being on the show and working with Shakira?
It has been very, very surreal. Every time you think it's normal, you sort of pinch yourself and go, wow, I'm here on the show and really hanging out with Shakira.
Okay, so I have to ask, if Blake could take you from Shakira, now that you've worked with Shakira, would you still go with Blake?
Truth be told, probably not. I think it opened me up to it opened me up to a new world. I think stepping out of my comfort zone was probably the best move I could have made.
Wow, that's either her getting very upset at Blake for not waiting for her before he filled up his team.
You know what, Tawnya? I think that was a good answer. I think that's a good answer. You never want to, what's the saying? You never want to bite the hand that feeds you or picks you, as I should say. Now, what do you think with the recent battles? You had to go against a guy. How do you feel that worked to your advantage, or how was it hard? Have you ever done anything like this? The battle's kind of intense.
It was very intense. I almost feel like it was an advantage for me only because I tend to sway toward guy songs and sort of live in that zone.
Uh-huh.
So it didn't surprise me, and if anything, it set me apart. Other than singing with a girl and sounding similar, I had something different to offer.
Definitely.
It's a great way of looking at it.
I saw the battle and I was like, oh my gosh. And it's so intense because you guys are going back and forth and you see that the both of you guys want it so bad. And were you going into that battle feeling very confident? Were you happy with, the outcome of it? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I was clearly happy with the outcome. However, going into it was difficult because there was a clear difference between us. So I knew it was going to come down to preference and what we did with the song individually.
Got it.
Everybody told us we should be a duo, and so that doesn't leave you with the feeling of, oh, I got this. That leaves you with the feeling of
harmonizing.
Apparently, we sound pretty equal. So
got it.
Yeah, it left a feeling of, you got to nail this.
Who would you say on the show is the person to beat? Obviously, you're rooting for yourself, but who would you say is the one person that if you have to, battle or you have to go against, or if it's down to the wire, who do you think is one of the stronger singers on the show right now?
Oh, man.
Other than Shakira.
So many. Yeah, I certainly don't want to go against Shakira. That is just, I lose hands down there. That's a given. I think there's a lot of hype about certain people in the end that could kill anybody because of when people get it in their head, this person's amazing, they're going to win. There's sort of already a stigma attached to that. I think Judith Hill is one that everyone is sort of looking at as the top dog. For me, some of the guys that amaze me are Chris Thomas. I think he's unbelievable, and he's coming at you from a different angle as well, because everybody thinks he sounds like a girl, and he's proving that he can do all of these things with his voice. It's truly amazing to watch.
Wow, well, that's exciting. Now, take us back to you went all the way out to Nashville. What was that like?
And with only $200, girlfriend.
What that was stupid.
Stupid, and you were in love with the music.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew if I didn't make a decision to come, I never would, and I was young and dumb enough to do it, and I'm so glad that I did, and it changed everything about my life, and I knew that it would, in a negative and a positive way, in the beginning. I didn't know what was to come. I didn't have any answers, or there's no booklet on how to do anything when you get to Nashville. So I think if there would have been, I probably wouldn't have come if I would have known how hard it would be.
Wow.
So, there's a reason why we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Now, I know your background as far as the singing, and everybody tends to go to Nashville. Did you ever think about going to a different city to get a start, or does kind of everybody go to Nashville for that kind of stuff?
Everybody does, however, I did. I went to Austin for a little bit. It was a great scene. It was a little different for me just because I was so young still, and Austin there was so much stimuli. It was so much fun. I really wasn't getting anything done.
Is there a big country music scene in Austin?
Home.
Is there a big country music scene in Austin?
Not country specifically. It is amazing music everywhere, but it's so much more eclectic. And I think for me, that's what, in the end, what drew me to Nashville was it was my comfort zone of music. It was something that I cling to more because it offered a little bit more of what I grew up on and what made me me.
Okay, now I want to go back just really quickly to the initial when you were singing, and it's super intense. You don't know if you're going to get picked, and what was it like up until the moment when they turned around and you ended up going with Shakira? What was that like when you first stepped out on stage for The Voice?
That moment is a complete blur. I don't remember. It felt like it could have been 8 years. It could have been 8 seconds. It's just a blur because all you're thinking is, if I just get somebody to turn around, then I can continue on.
Right.
So you're just very myopic and wondering, when is that going to happen? When is that going to happen? And then when it does, you sort of go, okay, now I want another one to turn. It's a constant feeling of, okay, what else can I do? What else?
That's awesome.
And by the end of it, you're just like, what just happened?
Speaking of which, I mean, you have stated in other interviews that you wanted Blake to turn around, but of course you didn't know his team was full. So up to that point, when right before you knew, what were you thinking in your head? Were you thinking, what's wrong with Blake, or why did he not pick me? Well, just before you knew.
I didn't wonder what was wrong with him. I wondered what I was doing wrong. I thought, going into it, I thought he would be the only one that would turn around. I did not expect Shakira, Latin pop star, to turn for Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Go to Cowboys. I didn't expect Usher. Yeah, I truly did. I thought if anyone else, maybe Adam, just because he can take risks sometimes, but truly just thought Blake was probably my only option. Mm-hmm. And so when Adam turned first, I was just completely caught off guard. And then Shakira turned, and then Usher, and it was my entire world was backwards.
I mean, seriously,
so
what is it like? Sorry, I'm getting excited as you're. I'm sorry. If you saw me right now, you'd be like laughing
She's getting
at me.
all red.
Because I'm putting myself in your situation, and I don't sing, but
Thank God.
Thank God. But if I was on that stage, and then all of a sudden I see those three people turn, and I see their faces looking at me, I mean, I think I would crack a note or scream or lose it. I mean, like that's incredible. What a compliment that is to you. You know, like.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what I'm trying to ask you. I'm just excited.
Well, it's strange when you see them because, again, surreal. You think, this person's really looking at me. This is weird. It's sort of that moment when you make eye contact with somebody and it's too intimate and you're just like, I gotta look away. Kind of like that moment.
Yeah.
But you just have to sort of be prepared to be professional enough to cover that.
Of course.
Well, Tawnya, it's come to that time, unfortunately. But tell us, you've got fans all over the country. What would you like to tell your fans?
Thank you. I mean, for me, that is so important. I don't know if people understand the gravity of how I mean that, but to have fans that don't know you, generally all my fans I've met before or whatever, and then so this is strange to have people email you or drop you a note on Twitter and tell you how much they adore you and what you do, and they bought your song. That's very foreign to me, and so to have that is something that I do not take for granted.
So that's pretty interesting. I actually thought she was going to say she would think about Blake, but she was very loyal to Shakira.
Of course she would not say that now that Shakira fought for her.
I know. That's really, wow, that's loyalty.
Loyalty at its best.
Yeah. So Tawnya Reynolds is awesome. Great job. We want to see more from her.
Yes.
Some big stuff. And when we get back,
we've got ladies, Josiah Hawley. That's all I'm saying. Stay tuned.
Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down. Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down.
Welcome back to Live with Aaron and Kelly. It's what you ladies have been waiting for, and gentlemen, of course. We've got Josiah Hawley from NBC's The Voice, and make sure you listen closely to what he has to say about having Usher as a coach and not Adam Levine.
Ooh.
Check it out. That's right, Aaron. We have been excited about The
I think
Voice.
all your Facebook and Twitter girlfriends have been excited.
Pretty much. Everybody's been hitting me up, and they're like, oh, my gosh, you have the best job ever, Kelly. You get to interview Josiah Hawley. Josiah, are you on the line?
I'm on the line. I'm here.
Well, hey, Josiah, what's going on? You get to work with Usher, and you're on The Voice. Does it get any better than this right now?
I'm telling you, it's definitely really exciting. It's definitely a great moment in life. I'm pretty stoked.
Cool. So what's been the challenging part of it?
The challenging part has been connecting to a lyric that's not my own. For the most part, I'm a songwriter, and I perform my own stuff. So it's taking a lyric that's not my own and making it my own, and just stepping into someone else's skin and to really relate to people. And So yeah, that's a tough thing to do, but a super important thing, obviously, as a performer on the show.
When you say relate to people, do you mean, typically like you're shyer, or what does that mean?
Relating to people to everybody who's watching, to the audience of the show. Yeah, I've got to take the lyric and make it my own, and really perform on a level to where they're like, oh my gosh, to where they feel it. That's the goal, for people to really feel what I'm saying.
Right, feel it like as if you wrote it, because you're probably used to doing your own material, as you just said.
Yeah, I perform live and I do my own stuff, and so it's definitely a challenge, but I'm really excited about it.
Josiah, you did perform one of, I have to say, probably a very gutsy song, Sunday Morning, which is my favorite song. It has a lot of meaning to it. Well, yeah, you picked one with the lyrics are just, they
amazing.
Just flow. Of course, you were able to do that justice, but why did you pick Sunday Morning, and knowing or is it just you wanted the challenge?
Man, I love that song. There's not a lot of covers that I've been super familiar with that I performed, but that's one that I know really well. And it was a great song. I love the lyrics, and honestly, my goal was to pick Adam. That was my goal going into it. But then I was given the advice, you know what? Just when you're up there, if more than one chair turns, really just take a moment and ask them questions. So that's what I did. I actually asked Blake and Usher and Adam, like, why did you turn around? Why would you want me on your team? And so that wasn't seen. So then they gave me the reasons, and so my gut, everything told me that I needed to go with Usher. Everything he said was super encouraging. And go ahead, yeah.
I was going to say, what did Usher say that stood out?
He just said, he's like, look, man, are you ready to work? He's like, do you want to do this the rest of your life? Because my goal is not just to have you do this for a little while, but to make a career forever out of this. Is this something you want to do? Because I want to help you do that. And it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for.
You're like,
That's
I'd
smart.
like to do it more than a few
and
months.
he's pretty intense, right? I saw one scene where I think somebody was laughing, and he's like, is this a joke? But what's that like working with him? Is it everything you thought, or how is he different?
Man, I'm really enjoying working with him. He can definitely be intense, but he's just trying to make sure everybody's taking it seriously. That's all. So after that moment that we saw where he's like, do you think this is funny? After that, the rest of the rehearsal went really well. He's basically just on point. Yeah, I know. It's just like, okay, this guy's serious, so let's make sure we're serious. Okay.
Which is good, because that's what you want as a coach, right? I mean, you don't want somebody just for show.
My God.
Yeah.
No, you want someone who really will challenge you, who is taking it seriously, who actually wants to push you as far as possible. Like that's super important to me. It's fantastic working with him. I really enjoy it.
Definitely. So now it tapes in Los Angeles, but you're originally from Arizona, correct?
Originally from Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. What's been the difference between coming from Arkansas and then now coming out to Los Angeles? What's the biggest difference for you?
Well, I grew up in Arkansas. My whole family's there. So then I ended up moving to Nashville to pursue music for school. So I went to college for music, and that was great. It was a great experience, and then got married when I was there. So it's like we formed again, like a community around us with just awesome friends and great people. So then it was just like, all right, now it's time to move to a new city. So then we moved again to Los Angeles, not knowing anybody, and so it's just a whole new world, and didn't know anybody, but oh my gosh, it's just been an amazing experience. We've met so many people. I've got a lot of really good, solid friends now, and it's just been an amazing experience all around. There's just so much to do, and a great music scene, and I've been able to work here as well for modeling, and it's just been a wonderful experience.
Now, I want to ask, other than modeling, of course, you're into motorcycles. I have to ask, what kind of motorcycle do you run with?
I've got a 1981 KZ 650.
Oh.
It's pretty awesome, man. I love it.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm still waiting to get my license. but
yeah? Oh, dude.
What bike do you think I should go with as my first bike?
Man, you don't want something crazy big right away, like 1,000 cc or something, but It depends. Are you going to ride it on the freeway? You're just going to ride it around town? I do the freeway every day. I'm out
It's
and about. I love
LA.
it,
You
so.
have to be on. You have to be on a motorcycle
You
in
have to
LA.
be on a freeway wherever you go.
Gosh, I lasted 2 months here. When I first moved here, I lasted 2 months, and I'm like, I can't take this anymore. Sold the car, got the bike. Oh my gosh, there's nothing like it. If I'm in Santa Monica and I had to go all the way to Echo Park at 5:30, it takes me 30 minutes.
Wow.
Well, you could give Kelly a ride then, because she's got to get around town
Oh
left
my gosh,
and right.
yeah. Getting around town, it's just there's no easy way about it. What has been the scariest part about being on The Voice up until this point?
It's just knowing that you're in front of, 15, 16 million people at any given point. So it's like, all right, you want to make sure that you are focused, and, you kind of are sometimes worried about how you're going to look. They've been really good they make you look good. They do a good job, and they take care of you. With some other shows, they're they're all about just the drama, and they don't really care how you look. But for The Voice, they're really particular, and they want to make sure everybody looks good, which is awesome. But it's just, you're in front of a lot of people. A lot of people are watching, so you obviously want to do your best. So there's just, the nerves of, man, what if I screw up here? I don't want the world to see me screw up, when I'm performing, because this is what I do. So it's just like,
And I understand you beatbox.
I do. I do beatbox.
Can we hear a little something?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Good morning, Josiah.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? All right, let me see here.
Whoa!
Yeah, and that was Josiah Hawley on Live with Aaron and Kelly. We will be tuning in to watching The Voice and supporting you, Josiah. Great job on The Voice, and we just wish you all the success in the world.
Yes, wish you all the best. Keep in touch.
Rock and roll. Thank you so much, guys.
Well, that was really interesting. I don't know why. I thought he was from Arizona.
Well, the R probably threw you off. You stopped at R.
I just
not
saw,
R, it said Arkansas.
I just saw
Arizona. Yeah, and that's totally a guy I would go riding with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, absolutely. But see, I would kick it up a notch. He said kind of tame it down at the beginning with the bike. No, I'm going to go full on.
You just jump right in.
Yeah. I'm going to go with my ninja. They're going to be like, not a ninja.
A ninja. All right, you guys, stay tuned. When we get back, we have yet another singer from NBC's The Voice. We've got Warren Stone. I tried to do a little country.
You certainly tried it. More when we get back right here.
Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down. Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap. If you like it, then make it clap. Turn it up, break loose, get loud. We are young, don't tell us how. We should go on living now. Break the rules, let's tear it down.
Welcome back to Live with Aaron and Kelly. Up next, we've got a Southern gentleman from The Voice.
Wow. I did not know you had that in you.
Well,
Warren Stone.
Well, I got a little country in me every now and then.
Wow. Well, so does Warren. Let's hear what he has to say. Wow, that's pretty good, Kelly. Let's see what Warren Stone has to say right here from The Voice.
That's right. Live with Aaron and Kelly, we've got the next singer on our show from The Voice. We've got the one and only
Warren Stone.
Are you there, Warren?
Woohoo! I'm here. Good morning.
Hey, Warren, good morning. I'm on Twitter right now, and I see you're tweeting during your interviews.
Oh, yeah. I'm multitasking.
I see that. Well, you got to make sure you tweet Live with Aaron and Kelly. I'm going to be tweeting you later on. Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
right.
Hey, first of all, thank you for your service as a firefighter.
Yes.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and now that we know you can sing, what's it like fighting off all the girls?
If I told you I didn't like it, I would be straight up lying.
I think that's the biggest advice that Aaron could get from this show, because Aaron's always like asking advice how to pick up the ladies and stuff. And I told Aaron, I think you should just learn how to sing.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, that's why I started.
Is it really? Because
That's the whole reason why. I mean, true story. My dad, I picked up guitar whenever I was like 13, and my dad was like, why do you want to learn how to play music? I was like, come on, Daddy, the chicks dig it. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Oh, my gosh. That's
darn it, I'm a little
awesome.
behind the curve on this. Maybe I could lip sync, do a little Milli Vanilli.
That's hilarious.
Hey, we can work that out. We'll work that out.
I'll do it to you. Yeah, you could sing behind the scenes, and then I'll just sing.
When Aaron's on a date, you could he could just like play your voice or something.
Why not?
He'll just lip sync to your voice.
Yeah, you just better make sure I don't start talking, because whenever this country accent comes through, they're going to know we're lying.
Wait, hey, Ward, are you from South Carolina? Do I have that correct?
Yes, South Carolina.
So this is what a South Carolina accent sounds like.
Oh, I could tell Kelly's liking it.
I like it.
Yeah, there we go. Kelly, just call me. You got my number. Just call me.
All right.
See, there you go. Now, Warren, Team Adam, what's that been like? What's it like working with Adam?
Man, Adam is just one of the greatest guys. You never know that he's this huge celebrity, because we have our rehearsals and stuff like that, and we talk just like me and you were talking, and he, he's really pushing my boundaries as a singer, and got a surprise in song choice coming up, and I think that it's really going to show the diversity that I want to be, and he's really just a class act. I mean, he's a great guy. He cares about his team. You can tell he does. We go back and forth through email and stuff like that. So it's just been a great experience, and it's a pleasure to be working with him.
You say he pushes you. What's one of the best advice that he's given you that's sticking in your head? Like just right now, what's the best advice he's given you?
Be myself, and that's the one thing that he keeps saying is, I always try to put myself into songs, and no matter what it is, just like for the blind audition, Colder Weather, I've been, that rambling man for 14 years, and I've lost, marriages over it. I've lost girlfriends over it, friends, and, I really sunk myself into that song, and with My Kind of Party, that's what I do every day whenever I'm at home, and, his biggest advice was, if you are yourself and you're genuine, it's going to come through in the song. So, that's been my biggest advice from him.
I completely agree with that. I think, any type of performer, I'm sure you've seen a ton of performances where it's like when that artist is singing and just really being truthful, sometimes you're not paying attention to the notes that they're hitting. It's like you just feel them, and you get pulled in.
Right.
And same thing with acting or any type of
That's
performance.
true. In fact, I noticed that the ones that tend to not move on are the ones that don't throw themselves into it, that you don't feel that emotion.
Yeah, because, I've
They're
heard
just singing
singers
it.
that they can sing and they can hit notes that are unbelievable, but they're not connected, and so I'm not connected to what they're saying.
If you don't connect, the song is pointless if you don't connect with the audience that's watching.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so if you got a chance to be stolen from one of the others, which one would you want to be stolen from?
Oh man, that's a tough one, because Shakira is.
I knew you were going to say that.
She's awesome.
Because she's
Yeah,
cute.
she smells like heaven too. She smells like heaven. And I don't know, because Blake would be pretty awesome to have a few beers with.
Uh-huh.
But I'd probably go with Blake.
Oh, okay. All right. I would have been.
You'd pick Blake to coach you, but you might go on a date with Shakira.
I would
With the baby and the husband?
There's no way that I could stay focused. There's no way.
That's hilarious. Now, Aaron asked you a really good question about, getting advice, from your coach. But in life, who have you gotten advice from? Like, is there anybody in your life that you go to during the hard times of the show and you pick up the phone and you call? And what kind of advice do they give you?
Well, it's been Probably my assistant fire chief. If I'm ever having a bad day, I always call him, and he's been like a father figure to me. And he knows what to say, and but then also, Tawnya Reynolds, which is a contestant on the show that's on Shakira's team, she's kind of like that person too. Now that I'm on the show, we've been really close since day one, and she gets what I'm doing. She knows where I've been as far as playing honky tonks and stuff like that, because she's doing the same thing. So and that would be another big one. Would be Tawnya Reynolds that's on the show now.
That's really nice. We actually just spoke with her a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
So we'll,
and
Really?
yeah, and she
Awesome
said
person.
yeah, she said that coming out with just $200 was
yeah, she said her story is crazy. She went to Nashville with just like $200 in her pocket, and you're just kind of starting with nothing, and you do it for the love, and you do it for the passion, and she said she was young, and sometimes when you're young you just kind of take chances, and I think that's what it's about, and I want to applaud all of you guys on that show. It's a really good season. I've been watching, and there's a lot of great talent. Do you think there's anybody that's kind of standing out that if you had to go against them you might be a little nervous, or that they're looking kind of strong at this point?
I'll tell you, all of Team Adam is strong.
Good answer. Good answer.
Adam's gonna love that.
We sit and we kind of, who are we going to be against for the knockouts, this, that, the other. And somebody asked us another interview, they said, well, who do you want to go up against? And I was like, not a damn soul. I don't want anybody on that team because everybody is such great singers. But
awesome.
I tell you, just a powerful voice is Sarah Simmons. I mean, she's such a beautiful person inside and out, and she has one of the most just demanding voices I've ever heard.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Who again?
Sarah Simmons.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, and it's funny, all of you, it's like you want this to go on forever, really. You want to see these battles over and over again because you guys just do some great stuff. You have a lot of fans on Facebook, Twitter. What would you like to say to them?
Oh, man, I guess they call themselves the Warren Stone Nation, and they are amazing, amazing fans. I love each and every one of them, and I devote at least 5 hours in a day's time to doing nothing but sitting down and doing social media, because these people are the people that they don't have to follow me. They don't have to buy my music. They don't have to, support me the way they do, but they are great. And I want to just thank every one of them from the bottom of my heart for being just the best support group that an artist could ask for.
Now, what station did you come from over as a firefighter?
I actually work full-time at Windy Hill in Florence, South Carolina, and then I'm a volunteer lieutenant at Hannah-Salem Fire Department.
Wow, awesome.
That's awesome, man. That's really good.
Yeah, thank you so very much for taking a moment with us here on Live with Aaron and Kelly, and we wish you all of the best, Warren.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it, and y'all have a wonderful day.
I'll be tweeting you later, Warren.
Tweet me, baby, tweet me.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye, Warren.
Bye.
All right.
So Warren Stone, I could tell you're kind of liking that accent.
I do like that accent. I think he just seems like a fun guy.
Yeah.
He said that Blake would be fun to have a beer with, and that he'd want to take Shakira out, or maybe he was a little nervous about being.
Anybody would be nervous.
He couldn't focus. I'll be honest. I watched The Voice not too long ago with my parents, and they basically said. My mom said, "Oh, Usher's so nice and charming," and then my dad was like, "Oh, that's Shakira."
They were competing for which one.
So cute. It was so cute. They're so funny. But I will say I do like Usher and Shakira as an addition. I loved obviously Christina Aguilera and CeeLo, like really really talented. But I think Usher does a great job, and Shakira is she's adorable.
You know, my mom didn't know who Shakira was.
You're kidding me.
No, she said, "Is she that country girl?" I think she was thinking Shania, and I'm like, "How could you not know Shakira, Mom?" And she went to go look it up, and then she found out who Shakira was. So she's now a fan.
Right now, who do you think's going to win The Voice? Who are you pulling for?
The Voice. I'm actually, I have to say, from last week, who worked with Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who?
Our girl, Judith Hill.
That's who, yeah. I think that's who. I threw up the J.
Yeah. Was that a J? I thought that was an L for a loser.
What was the girl that went against her in the battle?
Karina Iglesias.
I thought she did fantastic.
She did. She
was awesome.
You know, I don't know, but I mean, being handpicked by Michael Jackson to be, I mean, he knew talent, and you could tell those, as soon as they heard her voice, I mean, Adam was the first one to turn around. He was like, bam.
Yeah.
You know, they could hear it. Yeah. So that's interesting.
Now, you've been watching Celebrity Apprentice, correct?
Yes, I so have.
Okay.
Except I did miss one episode, but you've been on it nonstop.
I have been watching. I am addicted to Celebrity Apprentice. I feel like I learned so much about working together and kind of being under pressure. I'm like taking notes the whole time, and I'm tweeting. So if you guys are watching Celebrity Apprentice, go to Kelly V. Dolan. I'm always tweeting West Coast time. So although one time I did tweet from the Midwest, which was cool when I watched it with my parents. But you know who's been dropping the F-bomb on that show lately?
Who?
Is Penn.
Really?
Yes, he's hilarious. He's been getting frustrated with Gary Busey, and I mean,
he's letting it out.
I would give you my Penn impersonation, but I can't really do it on this show.
We don't want to get any fines on this show.
Exactly.
Well, Gary did awesome on his challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the things he has to say, and I have a newfound respect for him because I did not know about. I knew about his crash.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the results from that and how they tested his, how he communicated after and how that became a national thing because he went to the White House. I didn't know all that,
And
but
he did all that,
to be able to come back from it was a tragedy.
Yeah.
And to go full force, and
it's a miracle.
And he knows how he's acting. He has, because you could see him come back into the zone. But he's just having fun with it.
But like, who comes up with that stuff that he comes up with?
What did he say about the deadliest thing in the water?
Was a shark fart. I mean, the things he comes up with is just, I don't know. I'm telling you.
Go, Gary. That's
He's awesome. But before we let you go, we just got probably about a minute left of our show. We want to plug Power Rocks one more time because seriously, when you guys see me on the streets, and a huge shout out to Ivanka Trump because I have her purse. Hold on, Aaron. Keep talking.
Oh, you have her purse? Yeah. Wow. Well, you went and took her purse from Celebrity Apprentice?
I'm not.
They did a product placement and you totally went with it.
No, I bought it myself.
But that's what I mean. You saw it on the show.
No, I saw it. I was in the store and I saw this purse. I didn't know who made it. This is like the shape I have been looking for. And I cannot tell you, Ivanka, how many compliments I tweeted you to let you know that I thought Claudia and Brandy should model for your purses, trying to give them a little plug.
That's right. Wow, that's a nice purse.
But
interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Don't you love it?
Sure. Okay.
But huge shout out to Power Rocks. Again, go to powerrocks.com, POWEROCKS.com.
Awesome products. Check it out. And we're going to have to go, but when we come back next week, you're going to find some great stuff on this show. So stay tuned. AaronandKellyLive.com. Also visit that. Don't forget to follow her at Kelly V. Dolan and me at Aaron M. Sanchez. We got to go. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Everybody get down like that. Everybody get down like that. If you like it, then make it clap.